What's up, guys? It's me, Tim, with the Gutter Growth Podcast. I got Nic Stanton here with me. We're super excited. We're going to be at the Gutter Summit next week, and Nic's going to be speaking there. How you doing today, Nic?
Doing great. Just got home from work.
Good, man. Good deal. How'd that go?
Oh, it went great. We had a nice cleaning up in the city to get them ready for a festival that's coming along. And then as I got all the way home, I got another phone call to go put some bids in on the parking garage. So I let my dogs out and went back and did that, and then back here.
Nice, man. For those that don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
I'm Nic Staton. I'm the owner of Wet and Wild Pressure Washing. I also raise goats. I live on a 20-acre farm. My background, it's been a little rough all the way up until I moved here on this farm. Ex-drug addict, peddled around in drugs for a long time, for about 26 years. Slept on couches.
Yep.
And moved my way all the way up to owning a farm and owning a business, and just went all in. And I'm a very big believer in God. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at now. I'd just be stuck in my head, running around in a rat race.
Amen. Good, man. It's awesome. So you raise goats, huh?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Raised some Spanish goats. Mostly just got them maintaining the property. The idea of it was to get into it and get my own meat, because I really like goat meat. It's the #1 red meat in the world, but it's a challenge. Say it again.
Do you milk the goats?
No, I don't have milk goats. If I had milk goats, I wouldn't even be able to work, because you've got to milk them twice a day. And with it being by myself, I decided to go the meat route. And I would love to get it to where I eventually have enough to where I can start having my own goat meat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I drink goat milk. That's why I was asking, but I didn't realize I had to milk it twice a day.
Yeah, they got to milk it twice a day. And then if you end up like missing and allowing it to dry up, then you're not getting milk no more.
Yeah.
So it's a process, but a lot of them have machineries and stuff like that they use. So the lady up the street, that's what she has, is milk goats. Mm-hmm. And they basically have these suctions that suck onto the nipples, and then they basically just get all the milk out that way instead of having to do it by hand. But I mean,
it still sounds like a lot of work.
Process up there, and I'm just by myself.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. So you built a pretty good business, and you said that you did it all organically pretty much.
Yes. I revamped Wet and Wild in 2020. Well, really at the end of 2019, because I was in bucket trucks doing cable, but I didn't know nothing about it. I just owned the trucks and had a guy out running around doing storm chasing and stuff like that worked under a contract for Comcast. And they were up in Kent Island. And somehow somebody put gas in my diesel truck and it blew it up. So I had to get it sent back from Kent Island down here, and it was just a big headache. I didn't understand how to even get out in the field and all of that. So it was just like, you know what, I'm just going to call it the end right here. And when I did that, I was like, shit, I'm in a house with a mortgage. What am I going to do? The only thing I know kind of what to do is pressure washing, but I didn't understand anything about chemicals or none of that stuff beforehand.
Yeah.
And I literally dove straight in and ended up
figuring it all out.
Oh, dude, I picked up post-construction work right off the rip, and it was like, you're going to learn how to use acid, and you're going to learn how to get red clay off of concrete. And I just dove right in every trial and error, and that's where I'm at now, is pretty much just, building relationships, connections, and putting myself out there and just being very transparent with the way that I work.
So what was work the best for you organically? Like, do you got a certain method to your madness?
I call it building a machine. And you basically just give storylines behind everything that you do. Get on camera, post videos, because your before and after pictures, they only capture so much traction.
Yep.
Like, say that I post a before and after story or whatever.
Yep.
That's only going to catch enough traction as long as people are commenting and liking. Now, if I turn around and turn all of that into a reel while I'm out there on the job site, let them know the location that I'm at as well too. It just draws in so much more. And at the same time, I find it that videos that I've made 3 years ago, I'll log on and get a notification that somebody had liked that or commented on that video. So that's telling me that stays on there 24/7. They're always seeing those videos. And then another thing that I like to do is I post anywhere from 6 to 9 times a day.
6 to 9 times a day. Are you doing that on Facebook, or is that on pretty much all
the two platforms that I really post on is Facebook and LinkedIn. I do a little bit of TikTok and stuff, but that's like a kid's app or whatever.
Yeah.
That's not for the avenue.
Not getting much out of it.
No, I mean, I might have had one person call me in 4 years or but LinkedIn's a little harder, but really honestly, it's Facebook, and then building that whole you've already got that like and trust factor taken away when people call you from your reels and stuff like that, because obviously they like you,
they know you,
they know me, and then they see that I can get the job done. So then they're like, let's call Wet and Wild, let's get him out here to give us estimates. And then sometimes I don't even have to give an estimate. They're just like, just go ahead and put us on the books and give us the numbers.
Because they want you.
I'm not even out really selling.
Now, are those all videos you're posting, or is that a little bit of mix of everything? Some posts, some videos?
All my reels are pretty much all work related.
So are you posting 6 or 9 reels a day?
No. I might post a reel and then a lot of like just different things, things that are on my mind and stuff, just about, things that it's kind of hard to really even think about or say exactly. It's just, things about God, things that motivate people, being at the gym. I'm just constantly keeping my wheels turning and not burning out my audience on one particular thing. So like what I see with a lot of people is they don't use their personal Facebook page.
Right.
They use just a business page. And at the end of the day, you're your number one business card. So if you could use your personal page and turn that into a business, or use your personal and use it and turn it into a business page, then you're already allowing them to know who you are. You're attracting people that are like-minded of you. So like with me giving motivation, gym, God stuff, pressure washing, we also do line striping and seal coating. I'm giving them a variety of things. So I'm not just touching on one base. So like, that's the reason my audience is so big.
You're not trying to sell to them all day.
And then I'm not even selling. I don't post anything that has anything remotely of, hey, buy from us. You'll see at the very bottom, y'all know who to call, Wet and Wild. I mean, and then I
like that name, by the way.
Might put a phone number on there or something like that, some hashtags. But other than that, I'm not hitting you up trying to sell you. I'm attracting you to me.
Now on the videos, I was actually watching someone the other day talking about Facebook targeting. Because you could target all kinds of things, and he's saying that it's not that it's not important, but it's less relevant now, because if you go ahead and talk into the video and you're saying, hey, gutter guys, or whoever your target audience is, and then you're saying the area like you said,
right?
I guess Facebook's getting so much better at just picking those up and making the algorithm reach the right people more effectively than the targeting.
It definitely is, and I've noticed that here a lot lately. And then I'll have people that'll even comment on my thing, how in the hell did you even get into my news feed? And I'm like, I don't know, it's just my marketing. And then you'll have people go, well, how'd you get this job and how'd you do that? And it's like, they like me. I'm not out going door to door. I don't knock on doors. I don't put up door hangers. I don't do all that stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that I haven't, but that's not my main source of how I get jobs.
Yep. Huh.
So,
it's important. I think that no one's doing enough video.
a lot of people don't do video. I can't tell you how many people I talk to on a regular basis. They hit me up asking me things, and then I tell them, you need to get on camera. And they're like, oh, I don't want to do that. And and I'm like, dude, I've got one buddy that I ran into at the at the Huge, and he was talking to me about it. And I said, man, just make me a promise. Just get on camera for 30 days. That man went home and ended up putting a post out, and he's got like 30 interviews every day of this month where he's getting on video. And then now he's actually on jobs posting videos, and I guarantee he's going to boost his revenue quite a bit by doing stuff like that. The things that you think are the hardest are the things that actually help you out the best.
Do you do a lot of those videos to where, like, you got the camera on whatever, you're pressure cleaning, and you got the camera just focused on what you're doing, and maybe you're talking in the background?
No, I don't do the background talking. I do the talking on the camera.
All face?
Which I mean, the other way that you're talking about, I see that works out very, very well. There's a couple guys that I see that have blown up tremendously, and all they'll do is they'll just quiet the video, but then they do talkovers.
Which I think if you're afraid of the camera and being on, that might be a good strategy. I'm noticing that, I'm getting a lot of those pulling up in my reels, like a local AC guy doing some AC work, and you see him, the camera's just on what he's doing. You can see his hands and stuff, and he's just talking in the background. So it's not even like you have to be on video. It's probably better if you do put yourself on video because you're getting people to know you more.
That's where I just different strokes for different folks. I mean, it doesn't really matter which way you probably do that. You're going to turn around and attract the right type of people no matter what you do on that. But you also want to have word captions because at the end of the day, not everybody can hear, or they're not necessarily listening, but they can read.
I heard that 80% of people aren't listening. They're reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're listening. They're watching the videos on silent.
I'll put captions on just about everything just for that fact, because I was told in an event that, a lot of people aren't listening to it. They could be somewhere at work or something like that, and they can't listen to it, but they're watching it to pass time, and they'll read it.
Hey guys, if you got any questions for us, Nic's built a pretty good pressure cleaning business all organically. So if you got any questions for Nic, go ahead and hit us up in the comments. We'd love to answer it for you.
What's up, Grant? Yeah, people just got that camera shy stuff.
You're pretty big on networking too, huh?
For the most part, I could get a lot better at the networking. That's what I'm working on right now, is working with somebody to kind of get me over that fear of shutting myself down when I get in front of people, because I'm very confident in like talking about pressure washing and things like that, but it's kind of hard for me to get other people to talk about themselves. So it's like, everybody likes talking about themselves, but when it gets to the whole communication, because I just come home and sit at my house. I'm not around anybody after work and all of that stuff. So it's like, it's either Facebook, LinkedIn, or out at work, or I do go to some events and people will come up and talk to me. But the whole thing of carrying on conversations is one of my weakest points.
Yeah. I went to one last night here locally. It was pretty good. It had like 200 local businesses. But, sometimes the real big ones are harder to actually network, because it's almost like you got to just go and talk to people I feel like some smaller ones, like 40, 50 people, you get to really know people there. So I think maybe the smaller ones might be better. I don't know.
I just have this thing in my head that, like, when I show up, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm about to go in and I'm going to crush this and talk to everybody. And then I go in and like my hands in my pockets and I'm like, hey, what's up? And then I get out and I'm like, shit, that didn't go as well.
But it did help me last night. because people follow me on Facebook and stuff, I didn't even realize that I had much of a local following, but I guess a lot of people, even locally, I'm in their news feeds, and I guess they follow me. I had like 6 or 7 people come up to me that already knew me. So that helped too, because they helped open up some conversations I probably wouldn't have had they not been following me, if I hadn't been posting, a lot, and just putting the content out that I do.
Yeah, it's crazy that you'll get out in public places and people will really notice you, and you're like, dang, I didn't really think that anybody even like noticed me like that. But you'll show up somewhere and they're like, dude, I see your stuff everywhere.
Yeah. Michael says, I had the same issue talking in front of a group of people. It just takes time to get over it.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, when I started this podcast, I think it literally probably took me 25 podcasts to quit getting nervous.
Right.
Like 25.
I was running a podcast there for a little while, and that was the most awkwardest thing for a while. But getting so busy and then trying to do these podcasts all the time, it ended up I was getting burnt out. Yeah.
They say like 95% of people can't get past 10 of them. So it's tough.
Oh, yeah.
But you keep doing it, and then it's a piece of cake.
It is. I mean, it's reputations. Everything's reputations. It's just like when everybody gets into an industry or gets into something, they expect it to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen overnight. And if it did happen overnight, then everybody would be doing it.
If it happens too quick, I mean, you might not know how to handle it. So I think that, like, most businesses, I think, start taking off year 2, year 3.
I've been pressure washing for 9 years, but
have you?
Really going at it for 5. My hardest thing is getting the consistency down to where I can start hiring more people. That's been my biggest pain point, is really the consistency.
Hiring?
No, just consistency in work, where it's enough workflow to keep employees. We do big jobs and we do quite a bit, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to keep guys going every single day. I don't have where XYZ comes in every single month. I have to constantly find that work. And
do you get much repeat business in the pressure cleaning space?
A lot of my repeat business is with construction companies. So that's year after year of them on new projects and things like that, which this year's been the absolutely freaking weirdest year ever when it comes to that side of work, because of I guess investors didn't really start buying more land and more properties and stuff like that because of the way that the elections went and things.
And the interest rates. I think once those
that
interest
too.
rates.
So I mean, it's just a fluctuation of different things. And then I can't tell you how many people approve jobs and then turn around at the last minute or the next day, back out of it and say, oh, we're just going to go buy a pressure washer ourselves. And then we'll end up hearing back from some of them. And then some of them, I guess it works out for them and they're happy with whatever results that they got and however long it took them to go do it.
What about the commercial accounts? Are you able to get those on like a reoccurring base?
See, the thing is I've focused so much on post-construction that this year's the first year that I'm actually diving into like property management, facility management, and building engineers. I'm a part of association BOMA, where, building up those relationships with those people. We did an event where we were out in front of everybody showcasing our 0-turn lawnmower and stuff like that. That was a huge hit, but there again, I mean, it's just a matter of building those relationships. You might get 60, 70 cards and you're like, oh yeah, we killed it. We're going to end up talking to all these people. And then next thing you know, you might talk to like 4 or 5 out of that 60 or 70 people. And then you're constantly just emailing other people. But the hardest part is being a worker and working in the business.
No, yeah, that's tough. Wearing all the hats for sure.
So I'm wearing a lot of hats, and it gets very tiring because, like I said, I was just out at a job, then I came almost home, then I had to go out to go catch that bid, and then invoices, I have AI answering my phone. That helps out a lot. And I've just taken a while to dial in to where I actually got a female voice that actually sounds remotely to human, because at first people were picking up the phone to the dude that we had, and they were just hanging up on him. They were like, "No, we ain't talking to this guy." And then I changed it over to this girl named Brooke, and man, she's been killing it. Like, I have people that carry on conversations, and then they finally catch on like 3-4 minutes later, and they're like, "Are you a human?" And she's like, "Yeah, human AI assistants."
So how's that working, man? I've always been curious. I don't know anyone that's been using it heavy on the front end.
It's working good. I mean, it helps because I'm dyslexic, so when you call and you're giving me your name and your email address and all of that, it's real hard for me to be able to capture the right spelling and everything. So then, I'm like, how do you spell your name? Can you be slower? You say your name and she more than likely picks it up like that, or either she'll ask you how to spell your email, and then next thing you know, it reads it right back to them perfectly. And I'm like, dude, that just saves me so much time. And then I just basically get an email and a text message with first, last name, email address, address, job scope of what they want. And then now I guess she's caught on so much and talked to so many different people. And one of the biggest topics is we just want a rough estimate now on the phone. And she could say, "Hey, what are you wanting done?" And they'll say like a driveway cleaning or something like that. Well, a rough estimate of a driveway to be cleaned would be in between $300 and $500.
So it'll actually give an estimate.
It's crazy. We didn't even train it to do that. It just automatically started picking up more things.
I'm sure it gets smarter and smarter as it goes.
It does. It's very weird and cool at the same time to watch it grow. But I mean, it's helped us out a lot.
How long have you been doing that?
I think like 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Scott says you got to get a secret weapon. Yep. We got a VA company too. We put VAs in place.
I tried out the VA thing there for a while last year.
Yep.
With us not being consistent enough, I ended up burning through so much money between the VA and having 3 employees. And at the end of the year, I saw a lot of my profit gone. So I ended up letting the VA go. And then that's when I kind of put myself back into a lot of roles. And until I can kind of get some more consistency and get things going, I'm just going to kind of ease into adding those extra components instead of just diving deep into it and then being like, well, fuck, there went all my profit.
So right now you're more focused on getting like property managers and.
Yes.
Have you ever used a list broker?
No, I have not.
I got this list broker that we purchased a list from recently, and typically you can get their phone numbers and their addresses and the business name, but it's real hard to get the emails. But this particular place that I just purchased a list from, we bought like 2,800 contacts, maybe like 800 of them are property managers. But I actually got the email address for every single one of them. So we uploaded that into our CRM, and we can't blast it all out at once. We're kind of having to do it slow. So we're like shooting out like 25, 30 emails a day.
Right.
Just to maybe eventually we could blast it all out, but we're trying to warm up the system.
Right.
But yeah, no, I just I do that. I'll take my whatever territory you're in. I'll get a list broker, ask them for all the property managers in that area, and now you got all of them. And so, like, you got all of them that exist. You could shoot them emails slowly, like I said, or else it's just going to all go to spam because they didn't opt into anything, right? And so, they opted into the CRM. That might not be the case, but because you're uploading it, so you got to warm it up. But we're able to send them emails, send them calls, and like now that's everyone that exists. So, I mean, that's the target market.
I wouldn't mind, getting a list of people to start calling and emailing.
Yeah,
y'all want to like go high level as your CRM, or is it just?
We did this in drip jobs, but we have Go High Level too. But for Mother's Gutters, we just uploaded into the drip jobs CRM, and we're doing it that way.
Okay. So I run House Call Pro with Go High Level. Go High Level is basically our big database.
Yep.
And then House Call Pro is our scheduler, but it's also a CRM.
No, I love Go High Level. So good for like automation and
that's the best thing ever.
Ringless voicemail. You ever do that? The ringless voice?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you could do ringless voicemail through Go High Level to where their phone won't ring, but they'll have a voice message automatically. A lot of people do that just to hit their their customer base. Try to get. It's good for a business like yours where you can do the repeats.
Right.
Back on the schedule.
I've got like 1,400 customers. I just need to start hounding into those 1,400. That's another thing. It's just like I get so overwhelmed of doing all this other stuff that it's on my mind. And I even hit up the guy that helps me out with my Go High Level that built it all out. And I'm like, dude, I need to get on a call with y'all and dive a little bit farther into Go High Level and start, learning a little bit more stuff to it. And then something else pops up. And
it's really complicated, to be honest with you, the Go High Level. But I have we got VAs that like specialize in it, so I don't really know that much. I know what I need done, and then they know how to do it.
Right. How do y'all's VAs do they charge like a monthly thing, or is it just by the hours that they work, or what?
It's monthly. They do 40 hours a week. We charge $1,497 a month. So on a 4-week month, it's it's around $9 an hour. It's a little bit cheaper on the 5-week months. We got 3 of those a year.
Right. Yeah, I was using Unique Genius when I had the VA. I just found it that she was just sitting there twiddling her thumbs more than anything. I was like,
yeah, we get some really good ones, but you never know. You might get someone that's not so good, and that's what we'll do. Is like if you don't have someone that's not good, we're going to get rid of them, replace them for you, make sure that you got a killer in there.
I'll venture back into having that and getting that rolling again.
Well, it'd be good for like, you have them send out those text messages once a week or every other week on that customer base. A month, I would do like an email once a month. People don't like it too often. And then the ringless voice. I think it's really good for that customer base.
Right. Ringless base.
And I like to have them posting in Facebook groups and stuff like that.
Right.
Have them manage the socials, but also post in Facebook groups and just kind of, try to make them produce.
Right. See, that was my whole thing. Is like office is not my cup of tea. So when it was coming down to like training her to do things, it was like I'd run into so many brain stumps of like, well, I don't even know what I'm doing. So how the hell am I supposed to train you?
Yeah, no, that's actually something we're trying to nail down with secret weapons. Like for the gutter companies, I created SOPs for them that they could just give the VAs, and it's like tailored towards gutter companies. But we got a lot of companies using it. I've even got lawyers using it. So I don't really have SOPs for the lawyers, but
right. So it's more of the gutter side.
Well, just because that's where most of my following is. Naturally I'm signing up more gutter guys, but I got some pressure washing guys, I got Christmas light guys, landscape guys, got a couple lawyers, a couple of oddball companies, but I'd say the majority of them are gutter companies. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I need to do something. I need some help in the fucking office. I'm tired of doing all this stuff myself.
So what do you think about the Gutter Summit last year? I know you came last year.
I liked it last year. I came up there for a couple of the days.
Yeah.
And just poked my head in and walked around and met some people, and mainly was there because Robert invited me there, and then he came out to the house to check out some stuff. And
is that Rob Smith or
Robert? I can't pronounce his last name. The guy that lives in Vegas.
Oh. It starts with an E.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it either. I'm not going to attempt it.
I'm not even going to try.
No doubt, man.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming on here today, brother. And I'm looking forward to getting to the summit next week. I'm taking off Sunday. Got to drive because I got like tons of merch and stuff I'm bringing with me.
What day do I actually speak? Because jobs keep rolling in, so I don't want to pack in any jobs on the day that I've got to actually talk.
When we get off here, I'll take a look and I'll let you know. I don't have it memorized.
Okay.
But I'll definitely let
Because
you
it's
know.
the 24th through the 26th, correct?
Yeah. So it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
So one of those days, but I'll figure it out and shoot it over to you. But I'll be up there Sunday night and then Monday, Tuesday, just kind of prepping for everything. A lot of guys are going to start coming in Tuesday night because the VIP starts pretty early Wednesday.
If y'all go get something to eat on Sunday or Monday, let me know. I'll come up and meet y'all.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's do it. There's a lot of cool places right in front of the Georgian.
Is that the same place as last year?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I know that whole area. That's where a lot of our parking garages that we clean are right there.
So you're right there.
Yeah. I'm only 30 minutes from there, so.
Okay. Nice.
Yep.
Good deal. Yeah, I like that area. It's probably our last time doing it there, but I definitely like that hotel and just the whole feel. And
are you going to keep it in Atlanta whenever you do it, or are you just going to find another place or run it to another state?
We're eyeing Louisiana right now.
Okay.
We're going to do a couple training events in Florida next year, but the Gutter Summit, we're thinking Louisiana would probably be a good spot. We don't have a venue nailed down, but it's actually quite hard to get a venue. This one took us like 4 months to find. It felt like I was getting nowhere. So it was like, as soon as the summit's over, we're going to start nailing down, find another venue because that might take a couple months to get nailed down. And then probably do it around the same time next year.
Right. Nice. Yeah, gutters are a very good industry to be in. That's very, very lucrative, and at the same time, there's a lot of places that need gutters.
Yep. Yeah, and you're always going to need it. I mean, if you need a roof, you need gutters.
Yeah, if you can get tied in with those roofers or whatever, then you're like pretty much kind of like golden, because every time a roof gets replaced, they're always turning around and finding damages on the gutters to get both of them done.
Yep. So good deal, bro. All right, man. Sounds good. I will see you here soon, and I will see everyone at the summit.
All right, man. Have a good day.
You too, brother.